Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are 5 direct vassals above our vassal limit, and I'm not exactly sure where those were. As often happens, I fire up this game immediately after recording the PAX Scandinavia for today, or what technically it would be yesterday's PAX Scandinavia. I do not record this 4 a.m. series same day, but we're going to need to hand out some titles over here, but oftentimes when I load in, I'm just like, I have no memory of this place. And this is one of those times. We're apparently negative in gold. Is that because we are reinforcing men-at-arms? Well, that's certainly not helping. Yeah, that's actually the reason. We do need to give out some vassals, so we can usurp the Duchy of Egyptian Phrygia. I believe that's what we just took, actually, isn't it? So we're going to hop over this way. That goes de jure to this gentleman right here, and that's going to be a pretty good one. So we'll grant that out to him. That's a kingdom. We want the principality. There we go. 6 vassals go with, and that means that we are now solid in terms of our direct vassals. So that's great. Now, we were working on this area over here. We managed to get this lady into our realm, and we need to get this gentleman into our realm next. Now, he's at war, which is very rude. There's also this guy that we don't have any CBs on. We will have de jure CBs on him very shortly. Not one day too soon, our rival died. Okay, so we're now positive in gold. We also want to work on cleaning up some of this disgusting mess. Wow. Okay, so, this definitely broke up. This is a lot of, like, single counties, isn't it? It is. So this is going to cost us a lot of faith to take. Let's see. Actually, this would probably be a duchy claim. Yeah, so that would cost us 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 to take all of this. That's not to mention this, but we're truced there. 700 of our hard-earned piety. That's a lot of piety. We could hold a mystical communion. That costs piety. That's probably not going to be too helpful for us. We can't go on a pilgrimage for like 15 years. But we are on theology focus, and that's not really going to help us too much until we get much further down in that tree. So the question becomes, do we want to get this cleaned up right now? Well, we should actually check here. This is Bengali Sogdian. Okay, so are any of these Bengali Sogdian? No. Okay, good to know. So in that case, I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to declare on this gentleman. We could actually press our count's claims here. This is not an efficient way to do this, but we can press his claims to do this for prestige instead of for piety. So we'll go ahead and declare that. We're going to do a duchy level holy war over here. As far as this county goes, we'll do a county level holy war. Over here, another count claim. That's very expensive in prestige, but we've got plenty. I'd rather spend the prestige right now. A county holy war. And a de jure claim. I love it. Do it. De jure claims are about the most efficient. Okay, so they're immediately walking in over here. Sounds good to me. We're going to raise up our men-at-arms as well as some levy troops. How many are we going to need? Not many, I think. So we're going to go ahead and raise those up. I'm going to go for around, I think, 5,000 tops. Okay, 7,800 will do. We'll send them on in, and then our men-at-arms will follow along behind. Okay, we've recovered from pneumonia. That's nice. I had forgotten. Oh, look at that. They're actually hostile to each other. That's interesting. We do need a new marshal, and this guy's really good at the job. We'll put him in. Excellent. So we will easily win this fight. We actually captured a valuable hostage here, so this war is over. Wonderful. So we're going to split off our siege force here, as we do usually. And then we'll put in a siege commander, assuming we have one. We do. Babkin will do just fine. And we're going to head up here and see if we can fight whoever ends up winning this fight. Okay. So, I mean, they're going to do some stuff like this. That's okay. I don't really mind. We're going to fight this force, and that may result in a stack wipe. And indeed it did. In which case, we're going to head up over here, see if we can catch these guys. And yes, we can. Perfect. I want to stack wipe as many of these armies as we can right now. So this should stack wipe, I think. Yes. We're going to head up here and stack wipe. We're going to need to deal with these guys, of course. And our siege force can head down over here. We need to enforce demands here. We will, of course, need to grant this out to a noble of the Armenian culture, which is absolutely fine. We're going to catch this force. That's wonderful. We're a little concerned that these guys are going to run down at this force here. That's what I would do if I was Sal. But so far, it looks like they're content sieging, which they shouldn't be. It's going to take them 6 months to get that siege done. We're going to be there in 55 days, so not a big deal. We're going to head up to their capital. I was hoping we'd go this direction. We're more protected by this impassable terrain if we go this way. Even if it takes us slightly longer to get there, that's completely fine. Winning this battle over here might well win this war for us, which would be very nice indeed. And what is this faction? Peasant rabble? Okay, I don't care. That's fine. We can deal with peasant rabble, like, whenever. We're going to head up over here, deal with this force again. We did stack wipe this, as expected. 98%. Oof. Okay, well, we'll definitely get there when we finish this siege. That's okay. So, I mean, there's still going to be a bit of a gap here, although I feel like a lot of these guys, yes, actually, our vassals are pushing borders here for us. That's really good. We're happy about that. This war is over. We're going to head in here and wrap up that war. So we'll enforce those demands, and we will, of course, have to hand these out to nobles of the correct culture, which we'll go ahead and do. We are above our vassal limit, but that's to be expected right now. This war is turning around for this lady, or actually this gentleman. I mean, I said this in the Pax Scandinavia episode. It's kind of hard to tell when they have the full metal face mask, like the leprosy mask. That's tough. Technically, they are disfigured, but... Okay, so they're coming in to fight us with 442 here. We're going to come reinforce that just in case. The slow siege isn't worth running and risking our siege force, so we're going to hop on in here. It wasn't necessary, it looks like, but I'm still glad that we didn't take the risk. Then we're going to head over here. We got a banner. Wonderful. There's a scheme at court. Who could have seen that coming? There's a lot of stuff going on over here, of course, and we'll get rid of all that. Now, when are those peasants going to rebel? 7 months? Okay, that's fine. We should have this war about wrapped up by then. Or these wars, rather. We'll slow siege here. We do have a learning perk available. That's great. We can grab clerical justifications or religious icon, and we'll go for religious icon. Speaking of which, are we converting? Yes, we are. Cool. In fact, yeah, we'll just add those to our collection. It's okay. So we can actually potentially display them. No, we can't. We're good. So we're going to head up over here, and we will not white peace, but enforce our demands. There we go. That was de jure, it looks like, so that's fine. Actually, I don't think that was de jure. I think that was just pushing someone's claim. And when is this slow siege going to be done? 11 months. Okay. I mean, we can always fight our peasants with levy troops. It's not a big deal. But we've got 30 days left in the Siege of Ray. And that's great. We are definitely carving through this very quickly indeed. To march it here, we could declare on. They are Macedonian, of all things. So that's not going to be a problem. Okay, we'll head up over here. Our wife has inspired recruitment. We don't need to head up over there. We can just enforce these demands and turn around and come over here. Of course, this needs to be granted out to a noble of the Armenian culture, which we will definitely do. We are negative in our gold right now. That's to be expected. Although that will definitely change once we hit our next investment phase, which will be... I mean, we're going to need to finish up windmills and hoardings. So that's going to take a while. No doubt about it. There's currently no exposure happening. And that's to be expected considering how far ahead in tech we are. Until very recently, our tech was completely maxed. Okay, so that is all of these wars done. Perfect. So we'll disband our troops, and we will, of course, need to hand out some titles here. So we can grant vassals out to their rightful liege, and we will happily do so. That puts us at 2 direct vassals above. That's not very many, although this person can be vassalized. Where are you? Oh, okay. Someone down over... Wait, where is this? Ah, up here. Yeah, sounds good. Do we have to religious exempt? Actually, just low feudal obligations would work, so we'll go ahead and do that. Wonderful. We can lawfully imprison this prince, but we're not going to do that for the moment. I do want feudal taxes on both of these. So there we go. And we can create the Duchy of Damascus. That will go to this person, which is not actually helpful for us. Okay. Well, next up would be the Duchy of Antioch, which would go to this person, which would also not be helpful for us. Sure. Okay, more duchy creation time. This one will be helpful for us, so that's great. We're to grant that over, 2 vassals go with, and we are now good on our vassal count. Okay. So at this point, I think we're mostly just going to be waiting for the peasant rabble, which is going to be in 1 month. They'll send that any moment now. Although now that we vassalized that lady, we actually need another duchy creation. So let's see what we've got here. Palmyra will not be helpful for us, but we'll create it anyway. It is, after all, a good prestige farm. And the Duchy of Homs would be next. I don't think that one will be helpful either. No, I'm pretty sure it won't be. Okay, a lot of kingdoms in here. Those will be done soon enough. But for now, we are focused on duchies. This, again, is unlikely to be particularly useful. We'll try to convert this guy. He probably won't. Let's see. Another duchy over here. Duchies down in this direction, they're really not going to ever be good for us. This guy is in the wrong realm. Okay, we'll grant it over to this guy. And we'll see about converting him. He will accept that, so that's great. The Duchy of Bakar. Again over here. And again within the wrong realm. So we're going to grant it over to this gentleman here. And demand conversion. 100% chance of that. Perfect. Another duchy over here. All of these duchies, the reason why they're not actually giving us what we want is because they are already within kingdoms, and so they're not actually going to reduce our vassal count at all. But we still want to get them made, and this is completely fine, at least until we run out of money, which we're getting kind of close to. We should grant this guy this duchy, though, and we'll demand his conversion. He might accept. We'll make a couple more of these. The Duchy of Wasset over here. We'll see if that's going to be good. Actually, that will move 1. Cool. And the Duchy of Gurgen. How'll that look? Not great is the answer. Okay. So the next one we absolutely need to get one that's good. So we're going to look for one. The old-fashioned way. Maybe like over here. Isfahan. We'll go ahead and create that. And that'll go to this guy here. We'll grant that over. 2 vassals will go with. And that will solve our problem. Perfect. Actually, I think our problem was solved beforehand. Did I miss it? 58 of 60. Yeah, it was. Cool. That's completely fine. We will work on bringing our cash on up. Converting these guys on over. That guy refused. What a jerk. Another ransom. Are these guys going to fire? They should have fired by now, right? They can send their ultimatum at any time. Unfortunately, because it's a peasant revolt, we don't have a way to provoke it. which would be a nice thing to have if you had a way to provoke the revolt. Ah, there we go. So we're going to say never a peasant's lot is to serve their lord, and they're going to spawn a bunch of armies here. This is fine. This is not a concern. And we're going to drop a rally point right here. We're going to raise our men-at-arms, and we're going to raise a few levy troops. We don't need many. Like, 1,500 is probably close. We'll take it one more day. This is good enough. So we'll stop gathering that. But all of these guys gather up. And we're going to head in here, defeat this army, and we're just going to make our way on over. I'm not even scared of these 11k. It'll be fine. So over we head. I mean, if all of these group together, it could be problematic, but we'll just raise more troops in that case. This will be 16,000, so I think since they are grouping together, we'll raise up a couple more troops. This is more than enough. We'll wait for our other troops to show up. And then we'll go take this big force. In fact, since they're heading over here, we can start moving. Cool. We'll arrive here shortly, and then of course there's this force up here still. But we're not going to have any major problem with this. We are negative in our cash right now because of this rebellion, but that's to be expected in this scenario. We can also hold court, which we probably should. There we go. Now, if we really wanted to address our financial problem, we would cut our court amenities. And until such a time as we get our upgrades done, we may actually want to do that. So we would cut our court amenities down to maybe here. That would shave off like 24 gold per month. That will be locked for a year, but that's okay. Well, actually, 10 is our expected grandeur level. We would drop below that. That would only cost us prestige though, right? So I think that's okay. We'll drop that down a bit. That's not going to put us positive, but I mean, we've got enough money to finish up this war. It's not a problem. Show in the princess at once. She brought 50 gold, so that will be fantastic. Absolutely great. And we're going to finish off this peasant rebellion. No problem whatsoever. They are out of here. Also out of here. Well, we'll go ahead and enforce those demands. Also out of here are armies. Perfect. So we're going to reinforce these. In 1 month, they'll be done with that, and we'll have a pretty solid monthly income. Although we do need to increase our monthly income. There's no doubt about that. That court grandeur increase on entering the new era definitely caught me a little bit off guard. And we might want to drop it even further. But for now, I think that's okay. I wouldn't mind grabbing this county. Okay. I mean, we've got plenty of prestige. Done. So I think we'll do this only with our men-at-arms. I highly doubt that we'll need anything else. Yeah, this seems completely fine, even with him hiring in... Was that mercs, or did he raise additional troops? I think he raised additional troops. This guy also joined in. Now, is he... Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so he's part of this. This said independent realm under county of Hadrianopolis, and I was like, hang on a moment, but no, there's a top realm there. I was like, wait, are there 2 independent counties here? I mean, there's this, but that hardly counts anymore. So we win that fight, that's fine, and we'll just get this sieged on down. That's not going to take very long at all. Artifacts with low durability. So we should probably think about what our weapon equipment is. Let's see. Prestige. Hostile scheme power. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I think we're probably good with what we've got. Armenian lamellar armor we might want to swap out of. Knight effectiveness, let's see here. This is virtually the same as what we've got, but our prowess is higher. I think we're fine. Okay. As long as we don't have equipped any of these, which we don't, then I don't really care about these artifact durabilities. Wait, he's going to come in and fight us again? That's foolish. He shouldn't do that. We're going to put in this guy as our Chancellor. Yeah, he's going to fight us again. This is not going to be healthy for him. Excellent. So, I mean, we're going to win that battle. No doubt about it. Reinforcements show up just in the nick of time, but we still stack wipe, and that puts us at 50% war score. So we're not going to get any more war score from battles. And we actually captured him in that siege. So we'll just enforce our demands and disband our troops. And that's wonderful. Okay, so we could go after this guy. We are truced to him. We are not truced to this guy. We could do a holy war for county and get rid of this. It's not the worst idea. He is Macedonian. This war is still ongoing. So I think we're going to go ahead and do a holy war for county down here. Oh, now we get the music. I see how it is. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and raise up our men-at-arms here. And we'll head in as soon as they arrive. That'll be just fine. We definitely want to get this area taken care of, and we're mostly just waiting on this war ending for that. That's pretty much all we need, is for this war to end. Which it will eventually. But that does mean, well, actually, you're Bengali Sogdian, so we should be able to attack this guy. We'll see what happens after that war. Punjabi. This is Bengali Sogdian, so we can't go after that. Okay. Well, we're going to finish up this occupation very shortly here, and then we'll just head down to their capital, I think. We'll probably end up embarking here, but I think that's okay. Yeah, 43 gold should be fine. Not too concerned about that one. That'll get us ticking war score. Okay. I would absolutely love for this war to end. It will eventually. Eventually. It looks like that's a war goal siege right there. Wait, is this not even your war? Whose war is this? Okay, this is your war. Just checking. This siege finishes up, and what does that... Oh, okay. There we go. Now we can middle mouse scroll again. What does that do to the war score? 44. Okay. Our wife died. That's apparently a good thing, so we're going to lose some stress from that. And let's go ahead and find ourselves another spouse. We need to find a solid stewardship spouse, like Daphne here. That'll be absolutely fine. Excellent. And that's the war over. And we'll go ahead and enforce our demands. And disband our troops. Cool. So, of course, we're going to need to hand this out to a noble of the Armenian culture, which we will happily do. Now, what's going on with this war here? Artifact Claim War and Liberty War. Okay. That's a lot of claims. Any of them any good? The answer is not really. There's a couple of de jure claims over here. The Duchy of Sauvira might not be awful to take. That would, of course, mean that they're entirely encapsulated by us. Wait, is he of our faith? Oh, he is! Interesting. If he was not a Maharaja... then we might be able to do this. As it is, I'm going to start a sway scheme on him. And we'll keep an eye on that. We might be able to get him to just join our realm peacefully. Which would be very nice if we managed to pull that off. I'd be very happy about that one. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to continue cleaning up some of our exceptionally large amount of border core. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.